Hey everyone, I'm Jennifer Leigh Warner and I am a Wildside Nature Tours photo tour leader. I love taking people out into the field and sharing some of my favorite places with clients. I want to show you some of the wildlife that lives there, the landscapes, and teach you how that you can get pictures that you want to hang on your wall or share with your friends. I lead tours all over both North America as well as worldwide. I've got tours coming up in places like Grand Teton, Yellowstone. I do a Best of Washington tour, California, Texas, as well as I've got Cuba, Minnesota, and the Galapagos. I also consider myself a conservation photographer, which means that I am using my work to somehow better the things that I care about. And one of the ways that I do that is by taking people out to see these things for themselves. People, they want to see wildlife, they want to see these wild places, and they don't care about them until they really see them in person. If I can take them out to see their first grizzly bear, they're going to care so much more about that animal and have those memories, and they're going to advocate for them. So I really, truly believe that I can take people out and get them to care about the things that I care about. I've been photographing professionally for about 19 years. I started out of college, started my own company, and I do fine art photography. I work with nonprofits. I write for publications. But the thing that I love the most is taking people out to experience these places for themselves. I get so much of a thrill when people see their first animal for the first time they see a moose, the first time they see a sea lion. Maybe it's a lifer for a birder, whatever these things are. I get just this thrill when they get that shot and they show me that they got the picture that they have been trying to get for a long time. It just absolutely fills my heart and gets me excited. I have been working with nonprofits for a really long time to help create images that help support their causes. And I oftentimes will contribute some of those nonprofits into tours, tell them a little bit about these people who are working to save these species. It gets them really excited if they know that they're doing something to help the animals that they are out in the field looking at. And I love to educate people about natural history, teach them a little bit about the animals, and teach them about people who are working to save them. So I started working with Wildside because I really love the small group atmosphere. My tours typically are about 3 to 6 people. When I am taking a small group out into these natural places, first of all, you're getting personalized attention, which is always nice. You're not on a tour bus with 50 people. You're out there with like-minded other photographers who are trying to get the same type of pictures that you are. So we're able to spend quality time in those places. Another thing that's a huge benefit when you're in these small groups is that if you're in a situation with a wild animal, let's just say it's a pronghorn and you're out in Wyoming, when you've got a big group, 16, 20 people, that animal is not going to be very comfortable and it's not going to stick around very long. What I do is we work on some of the naturalist techniques that I have developed over the years, which helps approach an animal slowly, getting them comfortable with us, and we're going to be able to spend more time with that animal getting more quality photos than you would with a large group. I also take people to places that I've either lived in or spent a lot of time in. So when you're coming with Wildside, you're coming with me, you know that I've already scouted the area, I've made connections with other people. So when we're showing up in these locations, we already have a really good sense of what we're going to find, what the light's going to look at like that time of year. And you're going to have a far greater experience than when you are with somebody who doesn't really know these things. I too am a photographer, so I understand what kind of light you're going to be looking for, the body position of the animal, the background. I'm looking at all these things. I'm going to find what is the best position and I'm going to put you in that position. So when you are coming with somebody from Wildside, you're coming with me, you know that you're going to have a much greater opportunity to get the pictures that you want. So I have been a Nikon professional for coming on about 6 years now. I bought my first mirrorless camera about 3 years ago, and I really enjoy using Nikon equipment. I've got the Z9, which is the flagship camera, but it's very similar to the Z8, which is a very popular camera out there. And I also shoot with the Z50, which is the low-end mirrorless. So getting the two ends of the spectrum for the mirrorless systems in Nikon really gives me a good idea of how to find menu options and help people in the field. Prior to working with Nikon, I shot with Canon for about a decade. I'm very familiar with the Canon systems as well. And of course, working with photographers out in the field, whether you have the OM system, the Sony system, Fujifilm, I'm very familiar with working with the different camera systems and being able to help you out and find the menus that you may be struggling with out in the field. I really love taking people out, and I want to share these special places with you.